Okay, hold up. Okay, so I'm opening up League so I could look at your items and we'll talk about them real quick. Remember, um, play when you're not tired, because if you want to get gold, you want to be able to be like present in the game. Okay, so
Okay, let me just elaborate it for you.
okay,
So you know the items, right?
yes, I know the items. I know
So
the
it's
item.
like basically decision making of what the reason why I go for that item. So I like a sometimes I go with like a feeling why I have to go for that item, but I don't really know why. Uh,
Okay.
what is the other one? Um, I forgot what I was about.
Okay, so let's take for example the Heckram game. All right.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, so you had a feeling to go Frozen Heart. Why is that?
Frozen hard to slow him down. That's one, but I don't think that's a good reason. Specific reason.
What does Frozen Heart do?
I don't know. Not
So
much about
if you
item.
don't know what it does, why would you think you have a feeling that you should go it?
Well, because I only know like this to summarize the item short, not like the
Yeah,
full description of
give me
it.
the short summarization.
And I
Summarization.
just did. Why
So
the reason
so
why I went for that item was just to try to slow him down.
okay.
And as I'm
So
building pink, I just don't
slow.
think that's actually the specific reason why I went that
Okay,
item.
okay. Slow him down in what way then?
Like with my abilities, my snowball auto attack.
So
Yeah.
Frozen Heart does none of that. Can you go into your the items tab right now?
Mhm.
Go ahead and open up the Nunu or whatever, a new slot or whatever. Go ahead and look up Frozen Heart. Reduces the attack speed of nearby enemies. Reduces incoming attacks from attacks. Reduces incoming damage from attacks. So he doesn't actually slow down when you buy Frozen Heart. Now, if you look up Randuin's Omen,
Yes.
yes, reduces incoming attacks damage from attacks. Slows nearby enemies. Critical strikes deal 20% less damage to you. So this item is what you were wanting to get, but you went Frozen Heart because that's one thing. You don't actually know what these items do.
Yeah,
Because,
specifically, there's also some reason why I don't really read because it's just if I read
well,
it
well
in mid game of what the reason why I have to
okay,
go for that item is because it's just wasting time.
okay,
Because I got
so,
yelled at because of that because I was also reading it and
okay,
I didn't want to
so if you
waste
want,
anyone's time.
okay, so if you want gold, you need to know what all of these items do before you load it into game. Because
Okay.
you can't just be like, well, what items do I go in game? Because then you're already gonna hinder yourself. Because like I'm over here like watching like hold up. Okay, so like in this specific game where you play the against the Heckram, you go Sunfire good, you go Jack Show good, and then you go Frozen Heart. And that's the biggest question mark that I have. The only item that Frozen Heart is going to be good against is the Jinx. That's the only. That's it. And she's not. She wasn't the fed one. The Heckram was. So you needed to buy Randuin's Omen, but like you needed to know what these items do before you load into game. What
Or
is
even read
what?
all of them. It's just that I just use the ability and then there you go. It does something.
Well, yeah, but you don't even know what it does. You said it does something, but what does it do? You don't need to know the hyper specifics of like I know exactly how much damage Frozen Heart reduces. It's 10 flat amount plus whatever your bonus HP is. And scales with your HP. And so like you need to like understand that these items do a lot of different things. And you need to know like what they do before you like decide to buy something. Because you may have a feeling that it's the correct one, but like Frozen Heart was not the item to go versus a Fed Hecarim.
Uh-huh.
Your best item was Randuin's Omen.
I just thought it would go
You
to
know,
really good.
that's fine, but you need to understand that you need to know what these items do.
Do I have to like remember all of these? Because I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
remember all of these items that they actually do
All
specifically.
you need to know is what items Nunu goes. You don't need to know what every single item does. There's that's one of these problems with League. It has an information burden. There's just too much stuff in the game, too many champions, too many items for new players to like actually like. I don't know the exact numbers and exact damage or scaling or what things scale off or what I have no idea for every single champion or every single item, but I know the items that I use for my champions so well that like here we go. Like I can tell you that like Frozen Heart is just ain't it. Just ain't it. And like I play tanks as well. Like I know that it ain't it. It ain't it. Because like I play tanks, so I understand that like it's the I understand what items to go as a tank.
It's like basically whenever you question me, it's like where's the volley bear now? It's like you're testing me in the driver's test.
Well, you need to know
Like
where they're at though.
you just passed the sign. What did that sign say? Oh, you
No,
don't
no, that's
know.
exactly what's happening. You're like driving in a car, right? You're driving in a
Yeah.
car, right? You're
Yes.
you're you're driving a car. You need to understand what the road signs say and what those symbols mean, and you need to remember those because if you don't, you can crash your car because it could be a sign that doesn't say road work, but it shows the symbol that road work is coming up ahead. But if you don't if you don't know what that sign means or you don't notice it, you can get in a car accident. But like
Yeah.
this is a video game, we're playing a kid's video game. We're literally playing a kid's video game. But like if
I do
but
remember. Yeah. Sorry. Go
you,
ahead.
yeah, when you're driving exactly cuz you have to cuz if you don't you get hurt. Here if you don't remember, you're just, whatever, you're just shit at the game. It's fine, you know?
Yeah.
But you want gold. But in order to get gold, you need to understand some of these things, like what your items do. Because like your first two items, Sunfire, Jack Show, you can always go those two items almost always. I say almost always because there might be a time that like the enemy is filled with like magic damage and you can't go tabbies and you can't go Sunfire. Like, let's say, like, the Hecarim was an AP jungler and the Jinx was an AP, like, Cassiopeia or something, and they were full AP. It doesn't happen very often, but then that's when you're like, okay, now I can't go Jaxo, Sunfire, Tabbies. But, like, because those instances don't happen super, super often, like, you could, like, autopilot to buy the same items every game and not think about it. But like if you want gold, you need to think about it because then it gives you a slight edge. These are just things that will give you a slight edge in order for you to climb. And once you understand these things, you'll just remember them. Like you'll just remember what all the road signs say because you took the test, you passed the test because you needed to know what the road signs say. Because if you didn't know, they wouldn't let you drive. They wouldn't give you your license.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, you need to understand. Because, like, maybe if you bought Randuin's, it would have actually helped you to get a win. When I ask you where the volley bear's at, is because you need to know what you need to do next based on what the enemy wants to do and what you need to do to stop them or what you want to do. Sometimes you have to play super selfishly. Sometimes you just need to stand in front of the Jinx so she can win the game for you instead of running away.
But what happens because before, back then you told me that if that lane loses, you have to move on and help with the other lanes instead.
So what happens if all the lanes are losing?
No. One lane, like for
Okay,
example, if one
okay,
lane is losing on top, right,
okay. Yeah, but
and you
here's the
try to
thing.
gank there,
But
yeah.
here, okay, but here's the thing. I know what you're trying to. If they're if they're like losing, okay. But like that is just too broad of a scenario. This is the league information burden. What champions are being played top? Now, if it
Malphite, Lowy,
okay, so if it's Malphite
uh,
Alawi,
shit.
Malphite is losing the lane. That's
Mm-hmm.
because he's playing against Alawi. Maybe you should go help him because if you get him ahead, the Alawi can't do much against the Malphite, and then the Malphite could be really useful in fights. Well,
But
if
what?
he's losing, well, then you can't go there. Now, let's say in mid lane you have I don't know, Swain versus an Annie. Swain should win that. And so, like, if he's winning that lane, you should not go mid then. But if you go bot lane, and if the enemy has a winning bot lane and your bot lane is losing, then what should you do? The thing is like, yes, you're gonna have losing lanes, but that doesn't mean that you should just abandon them. Like, they could be really useful in the team fight or really useful in objectives or really useful in some point of the game. We don't know. You just need to be there and help them. You're the jungler. You're playing Nunu for all champions. You're not even playing full AP Nunu. You're playing tank. So you
Yeah,
need
but
to.
what is?
Yes.
I don't want to make it like sound negative, but it's just like another way to describe of feeding. You don't want to keep feeding that specific person repeatedly just to help them gank up top. So what's the point of just leaving that lane alone if that lane is already lost and just move on to another one instead?
Okay, so like then you move on to another one. Like, what's so hard about that? But you have to assess whether or not like it would be good for you to help that lane. You have to think in your mind. You have to actively think and not autopilot it. If I get this Malphite ahead against the Alawi, even though he's losing right now, he's probably going to continue losing for a while because it's Alawi versus Malphite. Would that be good for me or the team? And like, what can like say? Either you spend time ganking top, or you spend time ganking another lane. And if ganking that other lane outweighs you ganking top, then maybe you should gank that other lane. You have to actively think about these things. But like the game with the Hecarim and Volibear, when you just sit there in bot lane for a few seconds and then literally stop a gank from happening, and then your bot lane literally just carries you from winning, carries you the game. And when that Hecarim game, when you literally never visit bot lane and your bot lane gets smashed by the Hecarim, and then the Hecarim wins the game, you could have literally won the game if you just went bot lane. Even though they're losing, if you were just there to stop the Hecarim from literally smashing their faces in. Because your bot lane was winning on their own, but then they started losing when the Hecarim would literally not leave their lane. And you were never there to support them on time, or you were there when they were already dead. So like, yes, you need to assess these things. That's the beauty about jungle. There's so like if I had to choose, I would not tell a new player to play jungle because it's so much information. So much. And they keep changing it all the time too. It's easier to play top mid or ADC. But yes, you have an inting lane. You should probably go somewhere else. And if they're like doing it on purpose, then you definitely don't want to go up there ever. And if you can go up there and get like a free kill because they went under tower, then take the kill, you know? But like, you have to like understand that there are so many levels to this to whether or not it'd be a good idea, not right now, but like in 20 minutes from now, when you like 20 minutes into the game, whether it be a good idea to sit in a bush for 30 seconds to make sure Hecarim doesn't kill your bot lane again, type of stuff, you know?
Okay.
But yeah, work on your builds. Understand what these items do. Like right now, just quickly read what some of these tank items do. Like, it won't cost you a thing to just quickly read over these things. read over what these items do. So we're gonna go into items. Go ahead and do armor and magic resist, because those, and I guess HP as well, because those are gonna be like all the items that you're gonna be buying. So armor, magic resist, and oh, wait, what is it? HP. I guess that's kind of annoying. So okay, just go click on health and health regeneration, and go in the. Man, that's kind of annoying that you can't choose. Whatever. Anyways, yeah, just go health and health regeneration. Go ahead and read what Radiant Virtue does, unless you already know what it does.
Upon casting your ultimate, you transcend, increasing your max health while transcended you, and allies heal over time.
Go ahead and read what Jack Show does.
Mythic passive. Mythic grants all other legendary items health.
Yeah, when you buy a mythic item, they give you extra stats for each item you complete. Did you know that?
What's a mythic item?
Oh boy. So mythic items are like Jack Show, Radiant Virtue,
no,
Heartsteel.
I was just kidding. I know. Yes,
Oh
yes.
my god. See, you can't joke like that, because I actually believe that you have no idea.
I was trying to remember what the mythic items are. I know what mythic items are. It's just a brain.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I remember. Sorry.
Okay, it's all good. All good.
Volleyball, Voidborn, resilience for each second in champion combat. Gain a stack granting armor and magic resist up to 8 stacks max. At max stacks, become empowered, instantly draining enemies around you for magic damage, healing yourself, and increasing your bonus resist until end of combat. Can't you just use, like... Okay, never mind. That's a dumb question.
Nope. Ask it. Because you might not even know what the answer is.
You only can hold up to one mythic item, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then why does it say grants all other legendary items, armor,
because
and...
That's the word right there. Legendary items.
Okay.
So your Titanic Hydras, your Steric Gauges, your Sunfire Aegis, your Thornmail, your literally everything else are legendary items. So when you complete an item, it gives you bonus stats. And now you know.
Sunfire Aegis taking or dealing damage causes you to begin dealing 15 plus 1.75 bonus health. Magic damage per second to nearby enemies increased by 25% against minions for 3 seconds, damaging. So it's just basically a burn thing, right?
Yep. So did you know that this item burned?
Yes. Because I used the item and it just automatically burns without me hitting the minions. It just revolves around me, which I figured out, but I just never read it how it actually works.
So you just saw particle effects go off and you saw people taking damage. Yeah, but like, okay, brilliant. But like, you never knew how much damage, or like you literally just saw, oh, there's fire around me and things are dying.
Yes.
Oh my god. All right.
I'm still new
to
the game.
But here's the thing. Here's another point. Damaging champions or epic monsters with this effect adds a stack. Increasing subsequences immobilate damage by 10% for 5 seconds. Max 6 stacks. So, when you become really, really good at League, you become you have really good damage foresight. And so when you fight people, you can go, okay, can I kill him or can I not? And then you go, yes, I can, or no, I can't. Because of the items you have, the type of champions they are, and what items they have. Okay, go ahead, read Demonic Embrace. What does it do?
So it's almost identical to Sunfire Aegis for Demonic Embrace. Because it's dealing mobility damage, burns enemies for max health, magic damage every second.
What about that second part?
Gain bonus health as ability power, AP.
Yep. So you gain AP for more health you get. Yes, it is something like Sunfire, but the difference is Demonic only goes off when you deal damage to the enemy. Sunfire is always going off. Demonic only goes off when you deal damage with your abilities.
What about Mercury Strength? Tenacity reduces the duration of stun, slow. I never use this.
Yeah, I noticed that you never do. You always go Ninja Tabbies. What are Ninja Tabbies? Or Steel Caps. Sorry, they're not Ninja Tabbies. Plated Steel Caps. What do they do?
Plated Steel Cap reduces incoming damage from attacks by 12%.
Okay, did you know that?
No.
Well, now you do. Okay, do you know what they mean by attacks, though?
Like attack, like AD, attack damage?
No, right clicks. So when you when you right click something and
it auto attack?
Yeah, an auto attack. That's what they mean by attacks. Yes, okay. Usually most, auto attacks is AD damage, but not always. Because Mordekaiser and Mordekaiser and what's her
Mordekaiser a ranged champion
no,
or no?
He's melee. Gwen. Both Mordekaiser and Gwen have magic damage in their auto attacks. Mm-hmm. So when they auto attack you, it reduces that damage by 12% as well. Yeah, sorcerer shoes are for when you go full AP. But Merc treads, yes. I noticed that you never buy them, even when it's a good time to buy them.
Is it really good though? I mean,
yes. It is very good.
It's like the cooldown of it.
So when you get hit by Morgana Q and it lasts for 3 seconds.
Yeah.
You get hit by Morgana Q, now it lasts 2 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Really, really good.
Yeah. I understand now.
Yeah. So now, see, another option of an item has opened up for you because you didn't even know that these existed, basically. Now you know.
I just never read it.
All right. So now go ahead and read what Spirit Visage does. It's right there. Right down 1 row, across 3. 1 more, up 1, up 1. There you go.
Boundless vitality increases all healing and shielding effectiveness on you.
So whenever a Soraka or a Lulu or a Nami shields or heals you, it increases the hero shield power. And on top of that, your Q on Nunu heals you as well. So it increases the healing on that. And your ultimate gives you a shield when you press R. It also increases the shield on that. And see what stats it gives you. HP, magic resist, and ability haste. Okay. All right. Okay, go 1 from the left. Go back to Spirit Visage. Yep, there you go.
Grants movement speed towards enemies or enemy turns. Once near an enemy or after 4 seconds, a shockwave is emitted that slows nearby champions, which I already knew. Right. I just never read it.
All right, cool. Go down
1. Taking magic damage from enemy champions grants a stack of steadfast. Sorry, I'm having difficulties
Are
reading
you are you
fast.
are you tired?
No, it's just that I'm just having like
All right.
I don't like reading to people sometimes. It's just
All right.
enemy immobilizing effects grant additional stacks. Dissipate.
Mhm.
Uh, while at max stacks of steadfast take reduced magic damage and gain increased movement speed. Can
So
you elaborate on that, please?
okay, so whenever you get a hit by an ability, you're gonna get stacks of steadfast. So stacks of steadfast give you magic resist, magic resistance. All right,
Mm-hmm.
and when you reach the max stacks, you get bonus magic resistance and increased movement speed. So when they have stuff like Brand or Syndra or Malzahar or other champions, Swain, like that last game you played, you can take Force of Nature and be faster and take less damage from them. Yep, Iceborne Gauntlet is one of them.
After using an ability, your next attack is enhanced with an additional damage and creates a frost field for 2.5 seconds. Enemies that move across the field are slowed. Your primary target is crippled. Applying doesn't wait. I remember that Ezreal uses this ice.
No, that was a long time ago. That was years ago. You don't buy this item no more.
So it doesn't work on Ezreal no more?
Yeah, that was like 2, 3 years ago.
Did they nerf it or did they not add it on Ezreal anymore?
No, they didn't nerf it. They just changed it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that
Enhanced
was.
with additional damage and creates a frost field for 2.5 seconds. Enemies that move across the field are slowed. Your primary target is crippled, applying a 100% stronger slow on them and reducing their damage by 10% against you for 2.5 seconds. Or,
A 1.5
well,
second cooldown. That's what it says right there in parentheses. This is a mythic item, so it gives you the mythic passive of 50 health, 5% tenacity, and 5% slow resist. Yep.
I haven't seen this item before.
It's been in the game for a while.
Well, I don't even look at items.
That's part of the
Restore
problem.
mana.
It's part of the problem.
Restore mana equal to 7% of premeditation.
So pre-mitigation means so you have armor and magic resist. So when someone with 100 AD auto attacks you and you have 0 armor and magic resist, you will take 100 damage. But let's say if you have 50 armor, you have like 50 armor, I believe. I don't know exactly. Let's just say, for example, if you have 50 armor, it blocks 50% of the attack. So if someone attacks you with 100 AD and you have 50 armor, you're only gonna take 50 damage. But pre-mitigation means before armor and magic resist applies. So you will heal for 7% of that 100 damage, even though you only took 50. Or
Curse
you'll restore
nearby
mana.
enemy champions.
Yep.
What do you mean by curse, though? Like,
What do you mean? We're only at the taken by enemy champions. Health equal to 25% of mana spent, up to 50 health per cast per second. Unmake. Curse nearby enemy champions, reducing their magic resist for each cursed enemy. Gain magic resist. It's so when you're near enemy champions, you reduce their magic resist for each one. So if you're near 5 of them, you reduce magic resist from each of them, all 5 of them, and then you gain magic resist from each of them for 5. So you gain 5 times the amount of magic resist, and they lose 5 times the amount, essentially. Staircase Gauge is never going to be an item you buy. Go ahead and go.
isn't this only for top laners, like top,
No, no,
brawlers?
nope. No. Yes, it is for brawlers type or juggernauts or whatever, but it's not for Nunu. Go ahead and move down to Heartsteel. If you go down, yep, there you go.
Colossal consumption. Charge up a powerful attack against a champion over 3 seconds while within 700 range of them. The charge attack deals 125 plus 6% of your max health as bonus physical damage and grants you 10% of that amount as permanent max health. 30 seconds cooldown per target. So every time you hit a champion, it puts a cooldown of 30 seconds, and then you hit another person, right?
Yes. So
It
it
stacks up the heart steal.
yeah, you get extra HP and you deal extra damage based on the HP that you have. So the more HP you have, the more damage you do. Okay, so now if you scroll back up to an item that costs 3,000, it looks like a green vest. Scroll up, right there. There you go.
I thought I wasn't. Oh, never mind. You were talking about another attack.
Nope,
Never
that
mind.
Warmog's armor.
I remember that you yelled at me for going Warmog's armor on auction.
Yeah, because this item is terrible. You didn't even have enough HP to use it. That's the thing.
If you have at least 100, 1,000, 11,000.
Yeah, 1,100 bonus health.
1,100 bonus health. Restore max health per second if damage hasn't taken within 6 seconds. Please elaborate.
Okay, so when you buy the item, all right, it gives you 800 HP, bonus HP, and that means you need an extra 300 bonus HP in order for the item to work, basically. So when you have 1,100 bonus HP, you get healed when you're not in combat. When you're not in combat for 6 seconds, you start healing a portion of your max HP per second until you're full. So like, say for example, you have, I don't know, 5,000 HP, and it heals you for 10% per second. All right? So that's 500 HP per second until you're full HP again.
Why is this here?
I don't know. But we're not talking about that. Go back to Warmogs. Go back to Warmogs. Do not get distracted. We're not done here. Okay, so now do you understand why this item was really bad on auction?
A bit.
Okay. What bit do you not understand why this item would be really bad on auction?
Because how would you know how much health that I would be able to purchase this item though?
So it says here bonus health. So whenever you buy your only bonus health is 800 from Warmogs. So you need another 300 HP in order for Warmogs to work. And what items do you buy on auction? Kraken Slayer. Right? You buy Kraken Slayer, you buy Gwinsu's Rage Blade, you buy Wit's End. None of those items give you HP. So this item is a waste of 3,000 gold.
Okay. I get your point now.
Now you understand why you don't go Warmogs unless you have a lot more HP.
I wanted to try it, okay?
That's not... No. No. There's some things you just don't try because you know it don't work. It's like when I tell you I'm going to play Ultimate Bravery. You know when I tell you when I'm going to play Ultimate Bravery when we play Norms? And then I buy like Moonstone on Zin's Out. It's not going to be good. It's not going to work. But I'm going to do it anyways because it's Norms. It's not that I'm going to try it. No, it's trolling. It is trolling. You buying Warmogs on auction when you buy Kraken Slayer, Rage Blade, and Wit's End, that's trolling. All right, moving up one from Warmogs. Dead Man's Plate.
While moving, build up movement speed. Your next attack discharges build up move speed to deal damage. If dealt by a melee champion at top speed, the attack also slows the target. There's only one way you'll be able to get this honor. Oh, this is from Game Point.
Yep.
So, let me read this again. I just had a brain fart. While moving, build up movement speed. Your next attack discharges build up movement speed to deal damage.
Yep. And if you're a melee champion, it slows them. So it just deals extra damage if you're running around and you have extra movement speed running around.
So like Kraken Slayer, but there's no stacks. Not Kraken, Heartsteel, but there's no stacks to it.
And no, it's more like Turbo Chem Take, but it's passive. Turbo Chem Tank is an active where you have to click on it and then you run really fast. While Dead Man's Plate gives you a flat movement speed for free without you having to press any buttons.
Okay.
All right, now if you
if you were in an attack one, like an attack, does it movement speed as well? Is it like infinite movement speed?
Okay, so when you attack someone, you lose the movement speed.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And then you're not in range of the attack. You just gain your movement speed back.
So we know what Randuin's Omen does, so we don't have to worry about that. All right, so now if you go up from Dead Man's Plate up to, you go to Thornmail.
It struck. I know this one.
All right, so what is it?
Struck by an attack, deal damage to an attacker and applies 40% grievous wounds. So basically, I don't know if I am correct. AD or melee range champions hit the person that has Thornmail, they will also be getting hit with 40% of the
No, the 40% grievous wounds is healing reduction.
Okay, never mind. I fucking fucked up.
No. But like, yes, if they attack you, they get dealt damage, and the people who attack you get reduced healing.
Oh, okay.
Yep. All right. So now move over. Now move over to the left, and then you'll see Winter's Approach.
Gain bonus health equal to total mana. Strike a target with an ability or attack to consuming charge, and gain 3 bonus mana. Doubled if the sorry, I cannot see. Strike a target with an ability or attack to consuming charge, and gain 3 bonus mana, doubled if the target is a champion. Grants a maximum of 360 mana, at which point this item transforms into Fimbulwinter.
Yes.
Gain a new mana charge every 8 seconds. Max 4.
Okay. So, you have any questions about this one?
Can you elaborate the mana charge?
Okay, so it gives you a flat amount of mana, and every time you cast an ability on a minion, monster, or champion, you get extra mana. You get doubled mana if it's a champion. So if you throw your abilities on a champion, you get increased mana up to 360. And when you have 360 bonus mana from the item, it transforms. Fimbulwinter is a great item because it gives you a shield whenever you cast an ability on an enemy champion that slows them or stuns them or roots them or whatever. But it doesn't, for some reason, it doesn't show it here. Because I don't know why it doesn't show it here. It's a shame. I don't know why.
Is this one good for?
No. Okay, so now you're gonna go up above the Thornmail. Find Thornmail. Go above. Go down. There you go. Anathema's Chain.
Anathema's Chain.
For a fact, I know you don't know what this one does, but go on.
No. Choose a nemesis to start building a vendetta. Vendetta take reduced damage from your nemesis, increasing per vendetta stack. You gain stacks over time and reach the maximum number of stacks after 60 seconds. Vengeance At maximum stacks, your nemesis has reduced tenacity while near you. Active can be cast while dead, and at global range, stacks resist reset upon choosing a new target. Cannot be cast for 15 seconds while in combat with champions. So this is like a kindred thing, maybe? You just mark a target and then they become your nemesis.
That's a good
And
way.
then
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. But instead of you dealing extra damage to them, they deal less damage to you.
can you like change the nemesis
Yes,
ambient?
yes. You can change them throughout the game, but it takes 60
How
seconds
do
to
you
stack a whole.
how do you
It, hmm?
how do you do that though?
By clicking on the
Like
item.
clicking on the item and
Yeah, just like Turbo Chem Tank, you click on the item and you start moving fast. With this one, you click on the item, your cursor changes, and then you click on an enemy champion, and then that's when you can start building a vendetta on them. It does take 1 minute to charge up, but then that, like, say for example, Hecarim was the only champion that you were playing up against that was a problem. So if you build Athamas chains, he does less damage to you, and also you CC him for longer.
like CC is in crowd
Yes,
control, right?
yes, crowd control. So when you hit your small snowballs and you stun the target, or when you knock him up with your big one, or they're slowed with your ultimate,
Mm-hmm.
they are now last longer on him than previously. And you're harder to kill because you have Athamas chains. You have the vendetta on him. That would have been a good item because he was the only one that was strong enough to do anything. Now, from that item, we're going to go and let's see if there are any other items. Let me check that Nunu would buy. All right, nope. So if we go to just regular... Yeah, if we just go to armor. Go ahead and click armor. If you scroll all the way down. Yep, Gargoyle Stoneplate. Go ahead.
Unbreakable, gain a shield that decays and grows in size. Taking damage from a champion grants a stack of bonus armor and bonus magic resist. I saw this on Cho'Gath and set before, and it was fucking cancer. They were using this item
Yeah,
for Cho'Gath and set, and
yeah.
then basically, if how many damage, like put like half health, they gain a shield, or I think half health
No,
or low
nope,
health,
nope,
or
no,
I
no, no,
don't
no,
know.
no. It's an active. It says right there, active.
But how
Unbreakable.
long? For how long?
For how long? It doesn't say. I'm pretty sure it's only like 1.5 seconds. It doesn't last very long. But
Okay.
yes, the shield is based off your bonus HP. And that it doesn't say it on here either. That's kind of cringe. So it's based off your bonus HP. That's why it's really good on Cho'Gath because you can infinitely get HP. And same thing with Scion. Both those champions can build this item because they infinitely get more HP as the game goes on, and they can get a really big shield off. And they also get bonus armor magic resist when they're surrounded by enemies, which they usually are because they're tanks. And that is
Okay.
all the items that you would normally go on Nunu. Maybe I'm
What about
missing one.
AP?
Hmm? You
What about AP?
you're gonna learn that on your own. I'm not gonna tell you about AP because
It's fine.
you said you wanted to go tank Nunu. So
Yeah. Take
so
Nunu, and then like for fun and norms, it would be running AP Nunu.
all right, because I'm gonna tell
Wait,
you right now.
would it also be a priority if, like, for example, if a Mord, if I go against a Mord, would it be an
Mordekaiser.
also good idea to go Quicksilver too, or no?
Not really, because well, it depends. Now, if if like say for example, it could be a good idea if the Mordekaiser was smart enough to ult you right before an objective. Or, for example, both of you are posturing for an objective. When I mean by posturing, the both teams are at the objective and no one wants to start it yet. Or the enemy has started or you have started it. Okay? And the Mordekaiser decides to ult you. When he ults you, you won't be able to attack the objective anymore. If you're too far away from it, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, if the Mordekaiser knows that he will ult you, if you know that the Mordekaiser will ult you when you're at Dragon trying to do it, and he ults you to make sure that his jungler can get the objective, then yes, you should buy only. Go ahead and click on Quicksilver. Scimitar. Go ahead and click on Scimitar. Or QSS, find QSS or whatever.
Nuclear scimitar?
Yeah, find Quicksilver Sash. Go up a couple. Down. No, it's right there. Okay. Only buy that item. Do not complete it.
Okay.
Until very, very late game. And then maybe you complete it. That is if the Mordekaiser continues ulting you just to keep you away from the objective. And that is it.
What about Urgot?
No. Don't buy it for Urgot. If the enemy has a Skarner or a Malzahar, then yeah, maybe you buy Quicksilver. But you're building Tank Nunu, so you usually want to eat those abilities anyways. You don't buy it for Urgot. Just don't die to Urgot. Like, I don't know. Like, what do you want? Yes. Quicksilver can work into Mord if the Mordekaiser keeps ulting you to keep you away from the objective. Then yes, you do buy it. But if he's not doing that, or if he's dead before the objective is up, because you can always do that, try to kill him before the objective is up, then you shouldn't have to worry about buying it.
Okay.
Yep. You have any more questions of the items that isn't the AP items?
No, I understand now.
All right. You understand enough to know what the items do.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
That took almost an hour.